flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Motion to approve the agenda, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Motion to approve the minutes from last meeting.
Anybody see anything wrong with it? Nope. I move we approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Second.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded to approve the minutes from the last meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Payroll has not been approved yet. Chris, I will get that to you. Bill to be paid, Franny?
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Chris, but on Corn Belt, that first one, the replaced computer, we can cross that one off.
Actually, Franny, on both of those, let me get to it. The one for 1,105.
Yep.
So 505 of that we've already paid,
Yep.
and the one above that for 505 we've paid both of those, or we haven't paid them.
The insurance company.
Bruce Pazin's
Yeah.
insurance company paid that. So yeah, neither one of those we need to pay. So yeah, we'll be taking those two out of there.
I didn't change the bottom number there yet.
1,105, I guess it was, wasn't it? You guys can see the just above that, Bruce Pazin for $500. That's the electric line issue that we had way back in June, maybe. I don't remember when it was. That's his insurance deductible. So that was by far the best deal for us.
What's the state of Iowa elevator permit, Franny?
It's for our elevator.
The license to have the elevator.
Yeah, they want to charge us that we got one.
Goes from the ground floor to the second floor.
Oh, elevator. I'm
Haven't you ever
thinking.
been born to barn raised in an elevator?
Yeah, sorry. There, duh. Oh,
Oh, the smoke was rolling out of that one.
yeah, wow.
The wheel spinning, just wasn't going nowhere.
You got that right.
Let me explain too. Below that, Lacey Bruning. Reimburse IPERS. There's a clause, I guess, if you want to call it that. If we have a full-time employee who doesn't work for 6 months, and Lacey was maybe 2 days short of 6 months, we can get all of the IPERS back. We have to send her a check for her portion of what she put in. So we got back, I don't know, $1,200 or $1,300, and this is her portion, what she put in while she was here. So that's why that's on there. And they don't send you a check. We didn't get a check for it. We just got a credit on our account because we have to pay that every month anyway. So
Any other questions? Motion to approve?
hey, first let's Sergeant Drilling. That's actually on the agenda for talking about later. So I guess we can.
That's something they did in July. We're just
No, they haven't done anything yet.
No, this is coming up.
They haven't done anything yet.
No, but you see this, the bill I've got here is for, they did that number 3 well in July.
Oh, this is something that they've already done. It's
Yes.
not this here.
Yes, no.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep.
My fault. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's no for number 3 well, and then doing some work on number 2, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
but there was something they did in July that just now. I think it
Okay.
was around July.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'll
You're okay.
quit yakking.
Motion?
I move we pay the bill.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded to accept all the bills to be paid. All in favor say aye.
Alright.
All opposed nay. I will now open the public hearing for Schrader's 3rd edition lots.
We didn't get any other bids
Responses?
for the lots, no. Nothing, so. We do have a resolution
It's
almost
forthcoming.
right as soon as we get done with this, that we can,
I take a motion to close the public hearing.
I'd so move.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded to close the public hearing for Trader's third edition lots. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. To discuss and approve resolution 2014-17, resolution accepting the bids for lots in Schrader's third edition. Chris, you wanna?
yeah, I mean, this thing's long. So basically what this says is that, we have received, intent to buy these from these listed people. And that, we didn't receive any other bids, so you guys are, just accepting the prices that we set, basically. They weren't bids that these guys put in, but they were prices that we set, and these guys are okay with, so. And they're all listed there more than once, the people who are wanting to buy them, so.
Discussion? Questions?
Looks like we just were selling the lots.
I think so.
You wanna go into it any farther, Chris, or you wanna take a vote?
I'd say take a vote. I mean, we've talked about this for quite a while now,
Yeah, we
and
kicked it around.
Yeah,
so it's
we've
a
had-
dead horse.
35 days and for people to put a bid in, so.
Motion to accept resolution 2014-17, please.
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve resolution 2014-17. Roll call vote, Rob?
Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Franny?
Yes.
Albert?
Yes.
Ron is absent.
Yeah, so, one other thing that you see on there is the suggestions for the $73,500. I mean, what do you guys see us doing with that money? We put it in a savings account,
Pay off the loan.
we pay it, well, you can't put it towards the bond, but I mean, we can put it in a savings account and that'll be our payment for our bond for the next couple of years.
I'd say that's what,
Do that.
I think so.
Okay.
because we got this rolling TIF too, correct?
Yes. Now we haven't done anything with that yet because there's no houses on there, so it's not
Yeah, but
gonna,
we've accrued, I mean, we've got, as long as we're accruing debt, that's what we want to do,
right.
turn it in.
So what we'll do, Franny, is the first time somebody builds a house, or maybe even we'll wait till the second house, I don't know what we'll do for sure, what you guys will wanna do, but when they do that, then we'll certify that debt and start, getting our TIF back then. You don't wanna certify it right now because there's
nothing
nothing,
there.
there's no incremental tax base there. So we'll put that money in a savings account and we'll,
Lot fund or lot.
yep.
Moving on, CDBG project update, change orders 1, 2, and 4. Is that you, Joe?
Alright. Everybody got a copy, Chris?
Yes, it's in front of them, yep.
This is pay request number 4. And then we also included change orders number 1 and 2 in that pay request.
Yeah, and I did that backwards again, Joe. I don't know why the hell I do that, but I always put the pay request in first. And so if you go to page 10, it's change order 1. Page 11 is change order 2.
Change order
No.
1, 2, just to give
12.
explanation of that one. That's basically remember we got the plan sent in for the DNR construction permit, and we wanted to get it out for bids. But they came back with a comment saying that we needed some type of pressure gauge on that new line coming from the new well, and also a way to sample, for Rick to be able to get a sample off that water. before it is mixed with the other line going to the treatment plant. So what we had Dave do then was run a 3/4 inch copper service off that line into the well house number 2 building, where we'll have a sample tap there plus a pressure gauge. So that'll suffice the comments from the DNR on that part.
That's change order number 1.
That's number 1 for
Right,
the
yeah.
$1,333. That was the lump sum. Change order number 2. That was something we ran into way back in July. And if you remember, we ran into some contaminated soil. Had to switch out about 120 feet of pipe. And I kind of got Dave here just to explain some of the, you know, I called out kind of in that change order, you know, the 8-inch ductile iron pipe with the nitrile gaskets is one part of it. Another part was to sort, load, haul the contaminated soil and landfill fees. And then the C, I guess, item C in that change order doesn't necessarily, I guess, go with that contaminated soil, but a little further east there before we turned and went underneath the creek, there was a pipe. I mean, just the way it lined up, we kind of went underneath the edge of the pipe, but we didn't have, I don't know, 3 foot of cover maybe, right at the end of this culvert.
Oh, yeah.
So we thought, well, we better get a little more cover, so we let Dave add on about another 6 feet and get dirt around that pipe just to get a little more cover over the top of the water main. So that was item C. So that gives us a total of the $15,277.60. And I don't know if you guys got any questions. Like I said, that's kind of why I had Dave here. I know that's a big jump in price there. We had, you know, the normal 8-inch was $29.60 a foot with plastic. And then we went to this ductile iron pipe with the special gaskets in it.
So Joe, on this pipe, the 120 feet, we still got that 8-inch pipe left?
Well, we took it out.
You take that back off the bill then, or how do you do that?
Yep, in our change, or in our pay request, which is item number 6 on pay estimate number
Page
4.
8, there, Gary.
We reduced that contractor to date quantity by 120 feet.
Okay.
And actually, it's reduced by about 180. We kept off the 120, plus there's about 60 there that we got to connect to the well yet on the west side of the highway. They've got it bored underneath the highway, but we don't have that connection made back to the well yet. So there's actually 180 feet off of that total quantity right now. Yes. And we may add
We
that.
talked about this once before also. Was it back in August
Probably.
that we talked about
This happened
this,
tail end of July, wasn't it, Dave?
that this pipe was gonna be more expensive, and I actually thought we paid that bill, but we didn't.
No, just never got around to it. Dave was probably wondering what the hell's going on.
We talked about it a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the large, bigger number, and
And I think you were saying, Dave, there's some other fittings in there that he had additional to.
well, isn't it the gaskets that cost a lot of money, not
It's
necessarily the
that
pipe?
too, but ductile pipe, I mean, you go from, just the pipe alone goes from like $6 to almost $30 a foot.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, that's just the pipe, then they got the gaskets, and you got a couple of $350 fittings at each end to splice it, and, you know,
To go from steel to plastic,
so, right,
yeah.
right.
Anything else, Joe?
Nope, that's it. Like I said, we'd just be looking at this point then on 4. I am showing we're up to 158,120 about to date. And Dave's been paid about 113,235.54. So we would be at 36,977.61 due at this time.
Do we still have a little work down below yet? You ain't quite done there yet, right?
Right. Yeah, basically.
But that's all in.
Excuse me?
We don't have no change order down there, everything.
No, nope.
Yeah, there's a big, you know, reason we're quite a ways under that contract amount yet. The electrical and the controls, nothing's been done on that yet or paid out yet. Dave said that's in hand, I guess we're just waiting to get the dirt in, and then the well guy can come in, but I mean, the actual controls are here, or you can get them here, I guess, I mean, it's made.
Yeah, they're waiting to ship,
Yeah,
so.
but like I said, that item alone's about 60,000 for electrical controls, and we've paid 32% of the 74,500 for the well so far too, so there's
What are
another
your
50,000 there yet to be paid out once the well is complete.
What are your thoughts on that, Dave? When that'll be done? And the reason I ask that is because we have the opportunity to get some tip dollars from that well, and we have to have that certified before December 1st.
Yeah, I hope, like, before then, you know, every week it's like, well, it'll be this week, and then we get this stuff, so.
Yeah.
I ran into John, you know, John's doing haul the dirt in for us, and he's gonna do the compaction for that pad and stuff, and I ran into him this morning at the gas station, and, you know,
Yeah.
he's got a day and a half where he's at, and then he's coming, and, you know, so, he thought it'd be done this week.
What about the well guys though? What do they have to do down there yet? I mean,
Oh, yeah, put their pump in.
put the pump in. That'll be a
Yeah.
big cost, won't it?
Yeah, that's where I think most of that money is, and then
Yeah.
they've got I'm hoping we're gonna work together on a connection, because it's kind of their deal, but I'd like to be there for that. And then they're gonna do that little bit of work in the existing well house,
Yeah, right.
which isn't much, but.
Well, you know, as much of that $74,500 that we can have spent before December 1st will help us out.
I would sure, I mean,
You hate to tell somebody to spend some money, don't you?
Well,
We really gotta get involved, huh?
we got to spend it at some point in time. Let's do it before December 1st.
yeah, I mean, I would hope it'd be done by the end of this month, you know, but
Yeah.
geez Louise, it's hard to.
Yeah, it's been a different year, hasn't it?
Yeah, and another big item down there, Chris, is their, what they call it, a pitless adapter. And all that is right now, you know, you see the white pipe that's sticking out of there now. They just got that in there for the time being until they get the fill around it, just so the thing doesn't get bumped. And then they'll actually dig down and replace that piece with a pitless adapter, which is more of a one-piece metal portion that's probably about that long, that they've got the outlet, you know, it's gonna be down below ground. That's all one piece, you know, that the wellhead sits on.
Oh, so that's part of the well too?
That's part of the well too, but they've got that back at the shop too, because it's, you know, like I said, they didn't wanna set it on there while the dirt was being hauled in case that would get banged around. So they're gonna, just brought it up with the pipe right now, or the plastic, until it gets filled, and then they'll dig down and then put that pitless adapter back on it. So that's probably a major cost there, plus the pump itself.
Yep.
What about the electrical plant? In the well, in the public plant?
As far as what, I mean, is getting the when we need to get the transformer up there, you're saying, or?
No, I don't, well, in the filter plant. That control for the well.
Well, that'll happen at the same time, I think, when they're working on a control at, you know, the controls at the well. That's all simultaneous, that's just the receiver over there for the signal. I think it's just a small, I'd have to go back and look, I mean, it's just a small 2x2 panel or something that'll be going in there with an antenna outside the building, so that can communicate back to the well. So there's a lot of major stuff in the treatment building. I think I do have that. I thought they had a little diagram there.
Joe, do you have copies of this for Steve to sign?
Yes, I got 4 of each, that way we get, I'll leave one with you, and then one Dave will get one, and then one can go to Fred.
Will that pitless adapter, will that be in that fill side, or will that be below the original curve?
That T itself is actually just a little bit above existing elevation, I
Right,
believe.
be in the fill, yeah.
It'll be in the fill.
Yeah.
Basically, that pipe comes out, sit right in there.
I thought it was like a foot and a half or something higher.
The only reason I ask is we got a three-phase line on the side of that well
Yep.
that's now probably
9 feet down.
Yeah. Yeah, we shouldn't be in it. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I don't know, we won't be in it. And we're gonna come out of that bore, we gotta get that structure in quick. And as soon as we come out of that structure, we'll come up to that level. Like I said, I think it's about like that far above existing. So. Which is why, another reason why that fill had to be in before we could do any of that.
That's probably where your still need to, storage change orders and all this stuff, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to approve both change orders and the pay
Yeah, I'll
request.
look to see what size it is.
Want to do them individually or just all at once? Individually?
I'd like to do them individually, yeah.
Do they have it?
And if we can do roll calls, that'd be the best way to go.
Dave, Dave, do they have that electric?
I said that with a pretty straight face, Frank.
Control box?
For the meter, that's the only thing we have right now is the electrical stuff for the meter. That came with the flow meter, but otherwise the other controls come together and I put those off, so it's like I make a phone call within like 3 days or here, so.
Oh,
How you doing, Paul?
good.
So,
I would
you know,
make a
I didn't
motion
wanna
to
get those
accept
things
change
down
order number
here
one.
Sitting
I'll second that
somewhere
motion.
and.
What
Been moved and seconded to accept change order number 1, roll call vote, Rob?
And
Yes.
so,
No, you just wanted to do one at a time.
Rob?
Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Francis?
yes.
Albert?
Yes.
It's my fault.
Change order number 1,
Time on it.
complete. Motion for change order number 2,
I'd so.
second.
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve change order number 2. Roll call, Rob?
Yes.
Gary?
Yeah.
Francis?
Yes.
Albert?
Yes.
I'll make a motion. We approve pay request number 4.
Second.
Second.
Moved and seconded to accept pay request number 4.
Get shot.
Roll call, Rob?
Yes.
I'm afraid of
Gary.
getting backhanded. I don't care so much about getting shot.
Gary?
Nothing.
You gotta vote there, my man.
Yes.
Okay.
Francis?
Yes.
Albert?
Yes.
Thank you.
How come I don't get a vote?
Sometimes I wonder.
Yeah.
We got an open seat, Leroy.
Come on, Leroy, get in
We
here.
got
We
an
need some
open
help.
seat. We need
That's
some
a
help.
little too high society.
We gotta need a real level.
Alright, see you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Dave, will you take that door shut, please?
You bet.
Thank you.
Okay, anything further, Joe?
Nope. I'll get my signature on these and then I'll have you
Yep.
get your hand warmed up here and worry about how many of them.
Mr. Schrader, you're up.
Can't believe it.
Where do I start?
Give it up here in front, Tom.
Wherever you want.
Well, thanks for your time. I know you guys are sick of this as everybody, but here's a couple of things I want to address with you. The yellow deal, yeah, all they did is moved out, as you see. And they really are in a worse position today than they were parking in there. And as far as backup, let's back up. If they're parking in the circle and they can't get along and they block somebody in, you got a code, you can tow them. They cannot block anybody in. It's not any different than if I come right here and block somebody in, you're gonna tow it. I'm gonna have to move it. So that would alleviate that. If them two can't do it, they're not gonna pay a tow bill very long. A couple of times is all. But the reason I'm concerned now is JR, again, his trailer behind here, he doesn't unhook it. He pulls over there, coming from the north. Everybody walks by there, drives by there, can see that. You can't see because of the incline. And then Dwayne will park his there, and it's only about 18 feet across there when the guys are parked there. So it's, and that's really why I'm here. My grandkids ride there. A lot of kids ride there in the deal bikes. I tell them they gotta watch out or go up in the circle, but you know, our kids, that's not gonna work all the time. So rather than have a tragedy someday, I would like to see you guys call them in here if that's what it takes and say, fellas, we're gonna settle this. Get them both in here. If they don't listen, that's fine. But say we're gonna let them park there for one time, you guys block somebody in, you're gonna tow it, and you're gonna impound it. You can do it, you've got the power. We spent a lot of money getting these laws, bylaws, 10 years, 20 years ago when Region 12 come in here, and we need to enforce it. And if they're not for it, you know, if they argue over the trees, that's not your guys' problem. Dwayne just wants you guys to take action so he doesn't have to hire a lawyer. That tree deal is up to them too. They can't use that for an excuse why they're parking here. And I know it puts you guys in a tough spot, but I would like to try another approach and just say, guys, go ahead and park. You have a problem, we're gonna tow it. And I think JR, again, we do have law or covenants against
Ordinances.
commercial, yeah. And chemicals, yeah, I mean, he parks it back behind his house, 3, 4, 5 pieces of equipment. Lawnmower, sprayer, tiller, garden tractor. I mean, there's a place for it, and he's got the airport, but I don't know. I know you guys have tried and tried until you're blue in the face, but I would think that, you know, if you tell them, go ahead, boys, but first time it is, we're gonna tow them, and don't call us. You go up there and pay the tow bill, and have it high enough that, you know, and as long as I'm on the code deal, that's the same deal. Dwayne mowed his lawn 4 times this summer. How many times do you guys mow your lawn? You mowed it weekly, I know you did.
Twice.
Terry Reader comes over there and mowed it 4 times for him, you know. He just being an obstinate, and he's being tough, and they both are. They're both rubbing each other, and it's a reflection on the city council, and on our neighbor residents, and I don't like it, and I really want you guys to take some action on it, and do what you need to do. You've got the power, you can do whatever you want, and don't worry or say, well, we're restricted. We're not. We've got them things black and white. It's no different than the junk up here on the the storage. I know of one lot today that did not get sold simply because of that. Now, I know we can't tear it down, but you got a steel container sitting there. What's that thing gonna look like in 10 years down the road? I'm not gonna have a $300,000 house sitting there in that development with them buildings there scattered wherever he unloads them. The lawn or the weeds as high as the buildings are. And sure, they're down now, the frost knocked them down. What about all summer? Pellets laying around there. So if you go clean them up and you send him a bill, he can't do anything about it other than pay it. If not, put it on the tax base. We did it for years. And Mark and I and Daryl went up to the dump truck and we went up and cleaned the guy's house up one time. They didn't like it, but they come in and wrote the check. So anyhow, that's, you know, I don't have a magic wand to wave, and I'm not, I don't want to say.
So can I ask you a question? What's the difference between JR parking his pickup in front of your house and you parking your pickup in front of your house?
Well, if you want to address it that way, yeah.
What is the difference?
Yeah, he can't, I don't care if he parks it there, but he's gonna have, the whole circle's empty, then I'll go up and park in the circle. It doesn't matter, I guess first come, first serve if they want to, but I will park up there. I'm gonna have kids home on holidays, and it's an inconvenience, but I'll walk up there and park. The difference for him parking there now is, we do not have a commercial.
Sure. And if we got rid of his trailers then, he just says pick up there.
Yeah.
Then he and Dwayne park on either side of the street there, you've got the same problem, but they're doing it legally. So
They are, and I'll take care of that, that's fine, I agree there, that's fine. You can do that, I can come down, park in front of your house if I want to walk that far and do that, yeah, you can go park there, there's nothing wrong with parking there, you gotta move them every 24 hours, which. And I know them guys come back at you with 1,000 different scenarios, but I just, them two, I mean.
I agree, my thoughts are that we get your whole neighborhood together with us. And you guys give them your ideas too.
And I'll be happy to go talk to them, which I have
No,
talked
I
to
don't mean
both.
individually, I mean, we've gotta get a whole neighborhood together and sit them down and talk with them at the same
You know,
time.
my neighbor doesn't like it neither over there, Ed.
I don't know who does.
He doesn't like it. I don't know, guys. I guess we need to do something different. It's not working.
Tom,
And what?
what would happen if we got the circle yellow,
Yeah.
why would we come along, we put X here, JR, that is your parking
Well,
spot.
Yeah, 4
We
each.
go over here, Dwayne, and on his side, this is your parking spot. If you park any damn place else, we're gonna give you a damn ticket or tow the car away.
That I don't know if you can do.
That'd be nice.
I know, but I'm not sure you can do that.
If you set, up, this is your parking spot, and your,
Yeah,
this is your parking spot, and then there you are.
If we're gonna do that, just put it in the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a lot simpler,
But
but
I don't know if you
we
can do
can't even
that.
get that animal, so.
You can't legally do that, I don't think.
That you probably can't do. But as far as parking in the circle, just say, guys, you can go ahead and park in the circle. We're gonna take the signs down. But if your car's gone, don't come crying to us. If you block somebody in, or JR, if you leave a horse trailer there over 24 hours, it's gonna be gone. That'll stop. It'll stop itself, you guys.
Is there an ordinance on the books that restrains him from parking a trailer or a,
You bet. 24 hours. And
You can't park a trailer anywhere in town on the street.
No, not, that's true.
But if you're gonna start enforcing it, then we have to enforce it.
Yeah,
Yes, there's a few other ones
We're
around
gonna step
town.
on
and I'm not sure we wanna do that.
No.
Well, I mean.
Now, I don't have a problem with saying, if we all stick together, I don't have a problem with saying JR can't park his trailer up there. I don't have one problem at all telling him that.
I don't either.
Well, it's pretty
But we will
dangerous
get-
when you come around that
we
corner.
will get
now,
plenty
that
of
trailer
other
sitting right
places
there now, it's
pointed
dangerous.
out to us.
Oh, yeah, it's got.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's more dangerous now
There's a
than it
couple
was
other
before.
vehicles in town that haven't moved for a while that I'm gonna start.
Well-
Right north of you.
You know, guys, one thing about it, we don't have a lot going for us other, in the city if we keep losing businesses. So we're gonna have to have our city be attractive. I'm not saying you wanna chase people out of here, but an ordinance is an ordinance. You know what? If you're gonna make it look junky, it's gonna be junky.
Tom, you know, I'd take just a little bit of offense to that, because an ordinance is an ordinance, but we have so many ordinances, we can't do them all.
Well, why not?
We have an ordinance that says you can't have a cottonwood tree in town. We're gonna go cut down all the cottonwood trees?
I don't know if we do.
Bullshit.
I don't think anybody planted a cottonwood tree.
No, but we got something.
Really?
Go ahead.
We don't?
No, we do, but that
So
wasn't
every
planted.
year in
That wasn't
July?
planted. That wasn't planted.
Every year in July, we don't have cottonwoods that fly by here?
If you read the ordinance, we cannot plant an obnoxious or
I don't believe that.
Yeah,
It says
you look-
cottonwood trees.
You look at it. Anyhow. You know what though, guys, I know you don't wanna take a stand, some of these, and some you wanna pick and choose, but it's gonna be tough. But if we don't, it's gonna look pretty tough here in 10 years.
This is a pain, I don't know.
Well,
Well, the best thing would happen if one of them would move, but that is not gonna happen.
yeah, that's not gonna happen.
No.
Right now, it's more dangerous when you park over here
Yeah.
than it is,
In front
than
of
it is
you?
when they parked in front, they were fighting each other in the middle. That's the hell, we didn't gain nothing.
No,
That's what's sad.
that's the bad thing.
Well, can you tell me why Dwayne Zigman doesn't park in his driveway?
Because JR won't cut his trees on his lawn. That's the excuse he's given me, and he tells me the city won't make him. I said, Dwayne, the city doesn't have to make him. That's up to you and Dwayne, or JR, to go to civil and get a judge to say yes or
And
no.
that
Or he
is
can just take the
exact reason he
chainsaw and
doesn't
cut his-
park in his
He
driveway.
could trade,
He's using that as a, yeah, I agree, Rob, he's nuts, but what are you gonna do? We can't commit him because we're not family.
And
Thank
if we
God
have
for
it,
small
if
favors.
we request his presence at this place, he won't come.
No,
No, he won't show up.
no. But, and again, I'm sitting here with both of them guys, they're both at fault. We both know it. I hate to blame one more than the other one. But you guys have addressed this how many times the past 2 years, and it's just about driving everybody nuts.
We're not gaining.
We're not gaining, we went backwards, so what else do we do?
Well, you talk to somebody up on the east end of town, and when you say the kids ain't playing well again, they know exactly that you're talking about Dwayne and JR. I mean, you don't even have to say a name and they know what you're talking about.
Well,
I do say it's more dangerous right now, being we didn't let him stay in here.
Yeah.
And now he's parking along this side, and Dwayne's here, now this where he's got the trailer here, now it is really dangerous on that curve. No question about that.
Bet that.
well, and who are you worried about if you have them move the trailers, get the trailers off the street? What are you worried about? Everybody or
Where are they gonna go?
who cares?
You don't care. You don't care, do
No,
you?
I don't care,
No.
no. No, serious, why would you care?
Cause I'm the one they're gonna be bitching at.
That's right.
We also have to, we also have to get along with people in town, and
I understand that.
How many years have they been parking trailers on the
if
street?
you park a trailer out in front of your
100?
house for 26 hours and we come pull it in 24 hours, you're
But
gonna
Rob,
go, what the heck?
now we're starting to split hairs.
Oh, I know, but that's the law, Tom.
That's what happens.
That's what happens. when
That's
you
what people do, Tom. They split hairs.
Guys, trust me, I sat here, I know
I
exactly.
mean, we argued with Doc about his
I know.
bus, and he
Freaking
said,
bus
well, you
for-
got other places to
Big
clean up
overhead.
before mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, everybody's worse than you are, so you
But
go
we
first.
did make him go license it. We did.
Yeah, you did get that.
Hey, I won't take up any more time, I just want you guys to do that.
Well, if we don't do anything else, I think we just, like Tom says, take the fucking parking signs, excuse my language, down. Let them park back up in there and
But if you
But
block
if you-
somebody in, then you're,
let the few go back on in the cul-de-sac there again, because that's,
Well, if they block somebody in, they get told, so what?
you know, the only people are gonna block in or
They
one
don't have
another.
to call
so-
you guys, they don't have to call you. If Dwayne calls the tow truck, let him. JR called it, so what? If they block somebody in, they're illegal. I guess it's up to the cops, but if they're illegal, they're illegal. You know, that's why you gotta get paid here, I don't, so it doesn't matter.
that's a tough situation. I know we didn't gain anything there, I do know that.
Well, see what you can do, see what you think, if you got any ideas,
Oh, we can vote on this tonight.
why not?
I said we can
Yeah, you can.
vote on this tonight.
Yeah.
So,
I've got an idea what we can do, it's just two baseball bats
But,
and sell tickets.
I'm embarrassed for the city. I am, guys. I'm embarrassed for the city.
That's such a struggle.
It's a struggle. And just with that, Dwayne won't mow his lawn, these other guys won't clean this up. God dang it, you guys, we've gotta look out for our city. I'm telling you. We don't want it looking like
be careful, it's being recorded.
we don't want it looking like some other cities.
Yeah.
Towns. You know what? We've been pretty fortunate to have what we have, and I'll tell you what, we wanna keep it. So, have you tried bringing them both in, sitting down together?
They were here once.
I swear to God,
you know better than that, Tom.
You can't get Dwayne here.
I
They
don't know
are.
if you had them both here at once.
No,
They
Dwayne
aren't
will
gonna-
never come to a city council meeting.
You won't come.
No.
He-
JR used to come, but Dwayne absolutely refuses. He doesn't want his name in the paper, is what he told me.
Okay.
I said, well, your name's in the paper more when you're not.
Well,
Thanks, Joe. Even if
You
they
think
did,
we're better off to get rid of that, let them park in there and then what we got now?
yeah, my suggestion, if I could do it, if I had the power to do it, I would say, fellas, we're taking it down. You go ahead and park wherever you want. But the first one that's blocked in and that's illegally parked, you'll find it gone. And the tow bill, I guarantee you, neither one of them are gonna pay $100 more than once.
Dwayne already did once.
Yeah. So, have at her.
And if it's not solved in a year from January 1st, you can have this seat.
No,
Tom.
no.
Yeah, you can. I mean, it's
Man,
an easy fix.
That's why I'm saying, I'm not sitting here criticizing, you guys got a tough job, but yet you guys got the power to fix it.
to a certain point.
We've tried to fix it.
Yeah.
To a certain point, you know, it's,
I thought we were doing right this last time.
and the only way we can get Dwayne to mow his lawn more often is to tell him we're gonna come out there and mow it more often.
Okay, so every Friday afternoon, you send a deal up and say, we'll be here Monday morning. That's not a big deal. Hell, I hung hundreds of them. Bob Coyle used to come in here and say, Tom, I want you to take this up there. I said, I will. I think you'll mow it this weekend. No, I want it done now, or we're gonna mow it tomorrow. I did that.
He had that much power.
Friday, huh? How many times didn't we do it?
A lot.
Damn right.
Got her done too, huh?
I got her done. But you guys do what you think you can do. I appreciate any help I can get.
And we'd like some help out of your neighborhood too, organize your people up in your neighborhood and talk to them. See if they would sit down and talk to them.
Well, I mean, that's not a problem. Everybody will. I mean, you could have had the room full tonight if you wanted to, or if I wanted to, but I really don't wanna.
Why? It's not really
Wouldn't
bothering
do us
me.
any good though.
It's bothering you, but it's not really bothering me. When you get right down to it, you know?
You know, the parking doesn't really bother me. I'm just worried about some kid, because Emmett rides out on his bike. He's only car door high.
I agree.
Somebody hits him, I'm gonna be very.
And I think that needs to be discussed in
Thanks, Joe.
neighborhood meeting.
Yeah.
I really do.
But, guys, neighborhood meeting, you still gotta go to council, and the council still gotta take the bull by the horn. You gotta just address it, right or wrong. And you know what? If one of them jump in and say, well, you didn't do it to so-and-so, tough luck, we didn't have a problem with so-and-so. That's why we got lawyers, we can defend ourselves.
Okay, thank you.
More discussion? Do we want to take any action tonight?
I'd say for sure, let's pull the signs and at least get them off the street, because it is,
It is sad.
it's, even if just not for kids, it's a, you know, vehicle hazard. If two cars don't pay attention, come around the corner there, it's gonna be an accident right there. I mean, sucks. I walk there every morning and look at it.
Is that a motion, Franny?
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to take the no parking signs down and take the yellow painting off the curbs.
We can have it.
At this cul-de-sac, is that 7th Street, I believe?
I'm not gonna get the paint off the curb.
We're not gonna do anything with the paint.
Yeah, just let her go.
Leave it alone.
We'll make Tom take that off. That's no big
Don't
deal.
worry, when they park, they'll be rubbing the tires there anyway, rub it off anyway.
Make Tom do it.
You can paint
No
over
big
it.
deal.
Paint over it.
Paint white, yeah, dude.
We're not gonna paint it.
Don't spend any more money.
We don't have time to do that. We gotta worry about people mowing their yards.
Damn right, I like your thinking now.
Okay.
Motion's been made, seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay.
Thanks for your time.
You bet.
See you, Tom. Thanks.
Discuss approve Sergeant Drilling Well Service contract.
Rick's probably a better one to talk about this than me, but you guys can see this here that they, the south well is, the efficiency is 33%. And the well number 3, which is our well for the city, is 37%. The south well is WIE's well, guys, for your information. Huh?
Efficient.
The pump efficiency is 33% down there and 37% here, so.
This is what we get the bill on.
Capacity or?
Yeah.
What it should be.
37%
Of capacity.
says the average pump efficiency is 37%.
This is.
What is bad on it? What color is that though?
Efficiency
Color
is
or what?
37%?
Efficiency.
Probably more.
Well, I just asked.
So it's only pumping, what you're saying is only pumping a third of what it should be pumping?
That's what they
Fourth.
say.
Yeah, or third, yeah, third.
I don't know
Well
what
is
they're
producing
saying.
25 gallons of water per foot of drawdown.
Is the well plugged with lime, the holes, with the feeding the water in?
We knew that when we cleaned it a few years ago, and that's kind of what started this project.
We probably need cleaning maybe, you think? More than the pump?
Yeah, we'll leave the other one up and going.
We can't do anything until we get this.
Well, here's the thing I think we need to focus on here. They want to do some service on our pumps, and it's gonna cost $250 for each pump. Now, to me, there's not a lot of thinking in that.
No.
If they can make our pumps more efficient for $250.
Is that a guarantee?
If the water's there, I
They
mean,
pull it
that's
out
the
and then they might figure, oh, no, we got this,
Well,
we
they're
got
not
this.
gonna-
we
What are
got
you
this.
talking about service on them for $250? You can't even get them here for $250.
Well, that's, I thought that was
So
awful
what do you-
cheap. I know, that's what they say, 250, I seen that somewhere.
That's for an annual performance test check, the pump's RPM, shut-off pressures, gallons per minute pumping, pressures, KVAs, and dynamic head. Input horsepower. Well, I think they did it the last time they were here when they did it, but
And I think we had this same thing on a council meeting before that.
For a contract, if I'm come test it, that's what we're looking at.
No, these are to perform the
Just
maintenance.
to service them, basically.
Yeah, maintenance service, what it
Is
is.
that what that guy was doing that day, was doing a well test on that day?
If there's enough water there for $250, I think we should probably do it.
We call him tomorrow and talk to him, Chris, and ask him what that actually involves,
Okay.
because I think we just did that.
Well, we did it in July.
Yeah.
They did it in July, well, we can go back up here.
He does it once a year for us, I believe.
Yeah, we did do that.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, July 28th they did it.
No.
That's when they said the the average pump efficiency of the south well is 33%. This is low, but the well is producing
But
86 gallons of water per foot of drawdown.
they did the testing on July 29th. They want to come back now and do the maintenance.
I suppose what, pull them, check bearings, all that good stuff.
Yeah, electric motor, packing replacement, impeller adjustment, voltage damperings imbalance will be also corrected.
Why didn't they do it all at one time instead of trying to come back now?
I don't know. I guess we have to ask that
That'd
question.
be a good question to ask them. It looks to me like all they're trying to do is keep charging you for coming back. If they come here once and they come once a year, why are they coming more than that to keep charging you money? Yeah, 250 isn't much, but I would guarantee you, I bet it's gonna be more than that before they get done. Cause they're gonna find something wrong.
So then what we'll tell them is we don't want them to do the service, but we want them to do the test and the service at the same time.
They should be.
Well, I don't
able
know,
to.
I don't, why would they do the test and then come back later? I don't get that. I guess, maybe do they think that we just have to have a, approval of the city council to do the work? Is that what? I mean, what is our agreement with them?
There isn't one. This is it.
Oh, this is it.
Yeah.
So what were they doing here? They did this at our request last July or whatever?
Yeah. The testing?
Yeah.
Did basically a flow test is what I'd say. Did you say, Rick?
Yeah. They test the amperage and stuff when they do it too. On each stage of it.
And what'd we pay them then?
That bill was what?
It's $500.
Yeah. Which would be
Your pump fishing 36, 32, 28.
500.
Yeah, it's down pretty low, 28 on a 30 well, it's down 28. 6.
Yeah, I mean, when they was here in July, it says it was low. Why didn't they do something then instead of coming back now? Wanting to do
Or
it now.
come and talk to Chris and then say it needs to be done, but, well, we gotta prove it, but
No, he can have approval on money less than $1,000.
No, for $250, but I think Rick needs to call him and if he knows I don't him. know what they would do for, that don't make no sense to me. Well, that's what I mean.
Check the bearings in them, they're just concealed motors.
Yeah, there ain't much to check there, is
And
there?
I think you need to call them and see, ask them what's going on.
End testing, they did when they did the well testing.
Well, I can see this isn't going anywhere, so let's just,
Well, I guess I don't
let's just
understand, we
quit
just don't
this.
understand it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
why don't you talk to them, Rick, and
so
see.
let's,
We
We
can
can
put it
better
on.
explanation,
Table
if it's
it.
only gonna be, $250, you can just do it, can't you?
Chris can authorize it.
yeah.
Yeah, that, and see, I don't know why they didn't do it the first time when they were here.
Okay, you can make some calls tomorrow, Rick, and or Chris can, or somebody, and we'll get back to you on that. Discuss approve resolution 2014-16, a resolution stating the following accounts of Westside State Bank requires 2 signatories, and listing specific signatories.
Yeah, all this is doing is adding Nancy Herrig to, West Side for the community center, so.
Do we have to have a motion on that?
Yes.
Yep.
I make a motion that 2014-16 with adding Nancy to the account.
Second?
And taking Lacy off, yeah. Second, I'll second
Roll call vote, Rob,
it, yes.
Franny, or Gary,
Yeah.
Francis,
Yes.
Albert.
Yes.
Okay. Clerk's report.
Okay. First page, $37,824.88 was our last month's cash in bank, and you can see the balance down there in the bottom right hand, $28,318.03. Remember that number, you'll see it again. Notice in the middle there's no transfer to savings. I asked Donna to do that on the last day of September, and she evidently wasn't in. She did it the first day of October, so it still got done, it just wasn't in September. So you'll see 2 of those the next time we do this. And the CC salary, that's Lacey's last salary that we got from the community center. So go down to page 20 and look at the top right hand corner there, you see the $28,318.03. That's our cash in the bank at the end of last month. So let's talk just a little bit about the $73,500 that we just talked about. You know, we're gonna get that money in when we sell our lots. And I don't think it'll be right away next month. I think it'll take a little while to get that money in, but as soon as we do that, I probably will put that money in the revenue sinking bond account, 1123. Because that's where we pay our bonds from now. But it's gonna be, I think our payment on that particular bond is about $30,000 a year. So that'll be at least a couple of years worth of payments for that bond right there. So we'll probably have some extra money sitting in there. Just can't spend it
Yeah.
on whatever we want, so. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. See the wind savings turbine accounts with 141,806.85. That's what we were talking about earlier. We got $141,000 in there, so.
We had a bill on that, we want to fix something on it again, huh? On the
Not this
billing? When they're not on there?
On
Not the
Vestas?
turbine.
Or when they're not, okay, I missed them out,
I don't remember a Vestas bill, but
No. Yes, I'm blind, but I don't
Well, I
remember.
was blind.
Van Meter is probably what you're thinking about.
Yeah,
6,000.
that one.
Yeah. No, I don't remember a Vestas bill. So then the $69,500 that I continue to talk about for our electric rebuild, if we pay off that bond that we have, that's the bond reserve fund all the way at the bottom there. You have to have that if you have a revenue bond. So 10% of the original, I think it is. So that's why that's there. If we pay that off, we get that $69,500 back. All the way at the bottom, the bond payment fund, $485. That's where our $300,000 is sitting right now to pay off that bond, if that's what we want to do. The rest of that money is mostly, well, not mostly, but partially for, the water project that we're continuing to finish up. Anybody have any questions on there?
Yeah, community center main savings, 1146.
Yep, 32,000.
Yeah, have we not taken the 12,000 out of there?
That was done, probably, like the 5th or 6th of October, Rob, so you'll see that on the next one. Go down one more from that on the 1147, that $1,942, that is not right either. When we took the 2369, it came out of that account and went into our cash account, so the 2369 was for Lacey's salary. So there's actually more money in there. I just don't know exactly how much it is. It's like $4,000. It's a little low for that account normally, but I didn't get it updated. Barb brings me a sheet, and I didn't get that until the first part of October. So. Any other questions? We got a huge chunk of taxes in this week, so, or we will this week, I guess. So you'll see all of our accounts go way up. Okay, on the first part of the general fund there, page 22, you can see we got a little bit of property tax last month. And if I remember right, we got about $70,000 coming this week sometime that's for debt service and for general taxes. So, part of that'll go to the debt service account, and part of it will stay here in the general account. Nothing else really on there. Except for the pool renovation fund. Oh, nothing, I'm looking at the budget. Next page you got, your police, fire department, nothing really, that's just monthly and quarterly payments there.
I see where the Lakeview Police talking over raises, pretty hefty raises.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been talking over some pretty hefty raises, and if you remember right, last time we renegotiated the contract, we talked to the Sac County Sheriff, and they were, I don't know, at least $10,000 cheaper than the Lakeview Police. Now, in their contract, they don't have anything that says they'll be here for 20 hours or anything like that. They're just here, whenever they're here. So, I think that was part of what we didn't care for as far as that contract goes. But
And then anything above and beyond they bill for, correct?
No. See, I don't think they go by hours. I think they're just here when they're here, and they charge us I think it was $31,000 or $32,000. They charge us by population, some formula. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I don't think they charge us.
One thing about it, we get coverage from them for quite a while.
Yeah.
I thought like Gurney now, those counties or the sheriff's department gonna guarantee them 2 hours a day, but I might be wrong on that. I mean, not that we switched, but I'm just saying, I thought that's the way it was at one time, and Odie Bolton and them, they got so many
Yeah.
hours from the sheriff's department for.
I think it was at one
I
time,
don't know if they changed that.
and I think they changed that. I don't know. I guess that's not something that we have to debate right now, but
No,
that's something that we should keep in mind, because I think, we've got a contract for 2 years now. I think it's gonna go up, probably significantly, but we'll deal with that, I guess, when it comes. Not really anything out of the ordinary, guys, on as far as the library and parks and the pool. The pool is pretty much done, other than we got some that $1,525 for the pool on page 24. for operating supplies. That is 3 filters that we put in our filter. And we got a $1,500 grant for those, so pretty much took care of the whole thing. Then you can see some cemetery expenditures. I kind of talked a little bit about that last month. How that's going to start growing a little bit. Wait till you see our garbage fund. That really helped our garbage fund out a lot. Community center, pretty much normal there. Everything on this page is a little bit normal, except for when you get down to insurance, 315158. I had to back out some IPERs that was put in there, and just distributed that to everything that gets IPERs, like our electric and our water and sewer. So that's where that 3151 went to. Next page down, 26, road use. It's just normal, our normal monthly payment in there. And then we got our street repairs. That was the street doctor that we asked to come in and do some work for us for $2,600.
Hoppy, can I ask you a question? Was you satisfied with what he did? I think it helped quite a few spots, don't you think? It just looks like it did some good.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bad $2,500 that we spent on that, honestly.
It looks a little rough at first, you know, just because of the gravel on it.
Yeah.
But then here you probably wouldn't even notice that.
Probably wouldn't even know that's there.
Well, we had some spots that filled in a lot of stuff. Probably, we get them next year, we wouldn't have to fill in a lot, have that much.
So move on to TIF, page 27. You'll see this next month. You'll see, you know, it's probably going to be $30,000 or $32,000 in there at the top at the revenues, and I guess I'll wait till next month to talk a little bit about what we're going to do with this. You know, we got $100 and some thousand sitting in that account. We'll have to start. We've got a couple of things that we've been talking to the Commercial Industrial Corporation about, and you know, hopefully we can get some of that stuff done, and we'll start spending some of this money, which is fine because it's sitting in that account, and it's, you know, it needs to be spent for what it's for, and as long as it doesn't come out of our general fund, it doesn't bother me, I guess. We'll talk a little more about that next month. Debt service. This is one that I'm gonna talk a little bit about. And, this year we're gonna get, this fiscal year we're gonna get about $37,000 or $38,000 in debt service taxes. Roughly $2,800 of that is gonna go back into our general fund. For the past little over 2 years, we've been borrowing money from our general fund to pay back our debt service, because we paid this building off. It was about $42,000. We paid that off a couple of years ago. So that $2,800 will get us back to even for the beginning of the year, and then we'll start gaining on our $36,000 that we have to pay, and our $37,000, $36,000 is going to pay our interest on our bonds for this year. So, so you guys will see a transfer out in this account probably next month, because we're getting, it's $2,854.71. I wrote it right there. So we're starting to get some income in off this, so we'll see that turn around a little bit. Okay, now we get to our utility funds, and look at our garbage fund. Page 29.
That's a positive?
That's a positive.
That's positive.
Huh? Can be.
$1,452 positive. Wow. Now,
Not quite enough money to buy a truck yet.
no, it's getting close though, Franny.
Might buy the tires on it, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, one thing that we've talked about, and this is only 1 month, so let's not get terribly excited and let's not jump to conclusions. But one thing that we've talked about is erasing the 78 or 75, whatever $1,000 it is, that account is
Delinquent.
backwards. So we can erase that. We can transfer money from our electric or our natural gas or whichever, really, water too. We can transfer it from all of them and erase that $75,000 if that's what you guys want to do. And it sounds to me like that's kind of what you want
Looks
to
like we will get even with it and know where
Yeah.
we're at.
I don't have any problem with that, Gary, and I can do that this month so you guys can see it on the next month. If we want to do that. We don't need a motion.
I don't know, I mean, what will we gain by doing that, other than,
The only thing you
Start at
gain,
zero.
Franny, is you start at zero. I mean, then you see it. And you know what? I think even the auditor said something to us about that last year. I don't remember. They're going to be here on the 28th, I think it is. So we'll talk to them a little bit more about that then. And if they want us to do it, then we'll do it. You know. What are we going to gain? Not really anything.
Yeah, every account's right then pretty well, I mean.
Well, then it's not negative.
Right. Ain't a big deal probably, but.
No, but if we take it out of our electric fund, I don't want to do that because we've got our electric project that we're trying to work on, and we don't need to muddy those waters any more than they're going to be muddied. But the natural gas fund has plenty of money in it. We
It
can
should move up as
take out
fall
of there.
ends.
It should move up this fall too, sure. So we'll go to the electric fund and. I mean, really, there's nothing, you can see our 12.5 rebuild in there. We bought a few materials for that, starting, so we know a little bit about what we're doing there.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks,
See you
John.
guys.
Joe.
Have a good night.
Otherwise, we're pretty much right where we want to be with everything. $37,000, that's pretty good for this time of year, I think. Natural gas, this one's gonna continue to grow. This one we don't get much revenue at all from the city. Everything that we get out of this pretty much right now is from WIE. And that pays the majority of our bills, and then whatever we sell here in town, there's people who have stoves and natural gas water heaters that we just don't get much money, but when the winter hits we'll start gaining some there. So so we could take that 78,000 or whatever it is, I don't know, for the garbage fund and take it out of here, $215,000. Water. This one looks good right now. We're gonna start spending quite a bit of money though. Of which we're not gonna get a lot back from CDBG, so that 400,000 is gonna go down. Probably be around, 300,000, 290,000, somewhere in there, I would guess. And sewer looks pretty good right now, but
We're gonna start that project up here by Rob's, not today, that's for
well, you
sure.
wanted to start today, but that didn't work out. So that $6,000 that you see on there is Kenny's contract.
Well, when they get ever up there the corner, I'm sure that the beer stand will be sitting there right by Rob's and everybody will be celebrating. And we'll probably have to stop
they're
up.
gonna be celebrating because Gary's gonna be buying.
Rob's helping Rob, not me.
So here's the negative 75, roughly $75,000 in the garbage fund. and then you can see our positive.
That's about the first positive we've had for a long time.
Well, last month was a little bit positive, but it was only a couple $100, so
This is,
this one's halfway kind of exciting.
When's our next tipping fee due?
Yeah.
We just had one.
Yeah, so it should be quarterly.
Yeah.
September probably we did, and then December. So it won't be for a couple of months, so we might make just enough money to pay that.
$1,000.
Huh?
We just, the one just, we had was $1,000, 1,001.
Our assessment fee though is
Yeah.
quarterly, and that's $4,500, so that'll eat most of the money that we make. That's all I've got, guys, for the.
Well, I make a motion to approve the clerk's report.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded to accept the clerk's report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Okay, discuss approve alternate landfill representative. Dean Stock got a hold of me the other night when we had that meeting up here and said that there's several projects that are going on at the sanitary landfill, and Wall Lake was not the only one that has been approached. Oderbolt's really been approached because their man doesn't show up but maybe 3 months a year. I missed September because I was down to the Iowa League of Cities meeting, and I didn't get up for September's meeting. That's the only one I've missed so far. But Dean said with all the, we're going to start building a new cell, 7D. They want to put in a new scale house, and they're trying to get that down as low as they can so we don't spend a whole lot of money there. And there's some other projects that are going to go on with leachate pumping and stuff like that, and they definitely want a representative from each community there. I've asked Albert to be my alternate, and granted he's going to be gone, but there's no reason that I should be able to miss. They're going to have an October meeting, they'll have a November meeting, December we're off, and then we'll jump back in January and February, and then Albert should be back maybe in March. So I would like to have Albert as my alternate.
I'd so move.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded to accept Albert Swans as my alternate at the sanitary landfill. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed nay.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, yeah.
No.
Approved liquor license for
Kimmy's.
Kimmy's Wall Lake Country Store.
I'd so move.
I'll second it.
Moved and it's seconded to approve the liquor license for the country store, Wall Lake. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Approve Lynn Grossley as lower level cleaning person. Discussion?
Yeah, let me start this off a little bit. Lynn has been cleaning the lower level for probably a month now. I don't know, I guess maybe even longer than that. On and off. That's not how she hurt her thumb though. So, you know, we've talked a little bit about, you know, how we should compensate her for that, and she doesn't need any more hours after work. She's got plenty to do then. So she's been trying to do it during hours, and it works out pretty good. She tells me that she's going to do this, and you know, I make sure I'm here to watch the phones or you know, however she does it. But it's been working out really well. The thing that we need to talk about tonight is the compensation, and Lynn has some ideas on that. I don't know. I mean, if you talk to somebody about cleaning a place, you're going to talk about, you know, north of $15 an hour. Lynn kind of figured it was about 7 or 8 hours a week that she would be working in here to, you know, do the vacuuming and the cleaning and the dusting and all that kind of stuff. So she has asked me about $14 an hour. Now currently she's making 11, so that would be a $3 an hour raise. And if you figure 8 hours a week, somehow I had it figured out. If you figure 8 hours a week at $15 an hour, it comes up to about $120. Is that right?
Mhm.
About $120 a week. So.
More money, you mean?
Yeah,
Per week.
right. So,
Yeah.
that's kind of where we're at.
If you figure 40 hours a week and adding $3 to it, that comes out to $120 a week also.
Right. Yeah, good call, Rob.
Only thing I would say about the whole thing, we just about got, pretty soon we're gonna have raises come in. It probably wouldn't be all bad just to do it right when we do the raises. You know, then everything's in one deal, we ain't doing a double deal.
Well, yeah, I don't think we would do a double, but you know, I mean, she's been
You know
doing
where
it for a
I'm
month.
coming
She's been doing it for a month now, you know, and
Yeah, well, we
so,
got, like I said, we got, what, 2 more months?
October, November, December.
You wanna come in and
December?
clean it, Gary?
Well,
You wanna come in and clean it?
No, I ain't saying that, but I'm just saying
Well,
that'd be the,
there's another way to look at it. Let's do her raise now.
well, you got, what, that, yeah, see, that's what I said, you're gonna do one or the other, I mean, whichever you wanna do it.
yeah, I mean, if we do something tonight or next time, whatever it is, we wouldn't ask for a raise for Lynn then in January.
That's where you gotta kinda know where we're at here, see.
Yeah.
Well, what does Jody get at, library, you know?
1550.
And I don't think that's, I,
Is that right, Chris? I think.
I think that's high.
That's for being a librarian.
Oh, that is?
Now,
Well, true, but it's also over a period of years.
well, I was just gonna say, I'm not gonna defend Jody's salary at all, because I think it's high too, but she's been there for 26 years.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit of a raise every year
Yeah,
for
so
26 years, you're gonna get up to that $15 an hour, you know?
I guess so.
And that's something that I think we need to tackle come budget time. Cause they're gonna ask us for another 3.5% increase. I think at some point in time, we have to,
That's
Cut it
fine
off.
now. We're done.
I know I've talked to some, the only reason I say that, I've talked to some other city clerks around the county, and they've talked about their library and how they've had to cut back on their library. Not saying that we wanna cut back on our library because we love our library, especially me, but
Yeah.
at some point in time, it's gotta stop.
But that's a different discussion.
Yeah, it's completely
You
different
hit a
discussion.
point where you gotta kinda,
Completely different discussion.
right.
And I didn't wanna get off on that, so we'll get back to talking about this.
I think the benefit of me doing it is that I'm here anyway. I see it when it needs it,
Yeah.
for sure. You know, and I care. I care
And you know-
if it looks good or not.
And yeah, one thing about it, I've heard some people talk about, you know, the cleaning now. It looks good now, you know, and they don't know who's cleaning it. Nobody knows who's cleaning it.
You don't have to do the,
No.
we got that solved. That's
60s?
fine.
The 60s room? No.
Yeah.
Well, that's a different discussion too. You know, this discussion right here is about
Right.
getting the downstairs clean right now, and it is being done. It's being done well, and I think that we've proven that it can be done for this. It's just a question of compensation, and I would make a motion that we raise Lynn to $14 an hour for her total hourly rate.
I'd second that.
Moved and seconded to increase Lynn's pay to $14 an hour when she is doing the cleaning. Is that correct?
No. $14 an hour.
Flat.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. $14 an hour, just a flat wage.
The whole in July.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
All opposed, nay.
Nay.
Motion passed. Public forum, as you can see at the last page, Northwest Iowa League of Cities is at Ottawa this coming, no. Yeah, next Tuesday, week from tomorrow? Yeah, week from tomorrow. Looks like they've got a good program coming.
No, it's on Thursday. not Tuesday.
Oh, let him know on Tuesday, I'm sorry. Yep, I wasn't reading that.
'Cause I
Yeah.
thought I read it was on Thursday.
Yeah, it is Thursday, sorry. Gonna let him know Tuesday if we're coming or not. Thursday, October 23rd. So if you can let Chris know as soon as possible. I'd like to see all of you there if we could.
I could possibly make that. I'm gonna be in Kearney, Nebraska that day for an MPP meeting.
Good.
Yeah.
How far is that from the casino?
Get some representation.
It's probably at the casino.
It's not that far from the
No
casino.
problem.
Does anybody wanna say they're going now? Gary?
You're
Check
going,
with the
right?
boss first.
Oh, no, you're going.
I'll go.
October 23rd.
2.
I'll check. I don't think you got a volleyball game,
When,
23rd?
of October?
Yeah, Thursday.
I don't think so.
Well, Linda might go along then.
Anything else in the public forum?
Yes, I have something.
Okay?
Our website is probably what you would call pitiful. I know that we spent $1,500 one time, we spent $4,000 one time, and we still have nothing for a website. We are investigating what to do for a website. We have talked to some different people. Lynn has called different towns, Schleswig, Breda, Lakeview. She's contacted some different companies.
Dennison.
And these people out of eGov Strategies out of Indianapolis, Indiana is one. We've talked to Blue Space Creative Incorporated out of Dennison. Is this boring you in any way, Gary?
No.
Okay, keep talking. And what we've come up with is talking to Becky Benami, who does their webpage down in Breda. She got on ours and said, you're really not going to get very far with yours. You're not going to get very far with links and what you have, and you're probably going to need a whole new web design, page web design, and then somebody that can run it. Now, that can cost anywhere from $6,000 minimum. You can spend a lot more money than that if you want to. I think that what I did here too is that Emily Onstadt Bush does this now as a freelancer. And she's now working out of Lakeview, and we have not talked with her yet. Has she ever gotten a hold of you yet? No.
Really?
So we're going to contact her and see what she's got going on too. But I have already started talking with people. I think that the community center definitely has an involvement in this, and I think therefore they should have a financial stake in it. I've talked to the Farm Festival people and asked them about possibly doing some revenue sharing with us on building a website. And we're just gonna pursue it until we've got some information to bring back. But I'm just letting you know, the figures I threw out at those guys were probably $3,000 a piece. Or the city of Wall Lake would spend $3,000, the Farm Festival would spend $3,000, and the community center would spend $3,000, and we would try to get ourselves a website that actually will not embarrass us, I guess, is a better, like a better
I
word.
looked at it the other day and there's nothing on it.
Yeah, and it says it's under maintenance and,
Would that, Rob, would that $10,000 also get somebody to update it for us, or would
that's
that be
what
somebody?
we're working on right now, I don't know.
You don't know that, okay.
That sounds like a lot of money to put that on there.
Yeah,
You would think it'd take that much.
that's what it costs anymore.
That is what it costs.
But, so we're gonna get more information. I'm just throwing these figures out to you right now to let you know that we're looking into it. We would like to move, and get some more information on it and try to get back, and I'll see if I'll get as many partners as we can on this, in order to get this thing built. I think the Farm Festival has a significant amount of money. And I think the Farm Festival could benefit from this.
We have a lot of people every year call in and ask us when the farm festival is, and then in conjunction with that, they say, I looked on your website and I don't see it on there.
Yeah, we've got about 2007
So that's the
or
big
8.
key is, we've set this website up, but nobody's ever maintained
Well,
it.
and it
Yeah,
really,
Nobody ever did.
now we're finding out that the website that we did get set up is really not compatible with a lot of other stuff because it hasn't been maintained.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think that's, you know, we're down to where they're gonna try to fix this one, it's gonna cost the same as build a new one. So we're probably going to have to just bite the bullet again and do it. Then the next thing we need to decide is, if we're going to do that, who's gonna run the damn thing? That's what we need to decide, because if we're not going to do that, then we're not gonna do it at
No
all.
sense in
No.
even
Well,
putting one out.
And
They're just putting that
that's
kind
the
of money
deal
out,
too,
don't
is you
have
can
none.
have somebody design the website and then you can run it, or they can do everything like that Karen Bonami.
Mhm.
If you send her pictures or whatever you want on there, she'll put it on there. It's just a matter of how much does she ask to do
Yeah,
that.
and we're gonna try to get those figures and get it taken, but it may be, you know, there will, it probably will be there, will be an annual fee tied to it if somebody else has to do it. How much that is, certainly is determined on whether we're gonna do it or not, so, you know, I mean, those are the kind of things that we're fishing for in the future here.
There'd be like monthly updates on it, stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
I think it'd be even more than that, Rick.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
useful, cause now you go under and,
yeah, I mean, that's just it, we should have everything on there that's going on all the time.
yeah.
And we've always had that brilliant idea to do it, but nobody's ever done it, you know, so it doesn't get done, and nobody, you know, we've never had that one person where we've assigned
Wayne
to do
Ness
it.
would do that.
Everybody thinks, well, somebody else can do it, you know, and that's how things just don't get done, you know? So that's what we're in the process of right now, we're gonna come back with a plan on how to do this. And we'll get it all summed up in a package and we'll figure out if
It's
it's,
not world works anymore, enough,
yeah, we'll figure out if it works or not, because, you know, if we're gonna stay in the 21st century, I guess we're probably, quote, going to have it, but, you know, we've lived here for 200 or 150 years and it hasn't bothered us a bit yet, so, you know, there's the other side of
I
it.
personally don't use it, but I asked my wife to look up something, she does it for me like that.
Yeah, yeah, there's plenty of people that surf the web.
Well, that would be a way to get the more advertising for the community center, for running that, for
Oh, true,
the new pavilion once that's done.
true.
I mean,
And lots of.
Oh, that's a word. I remember that.
the pavilion,
I think I heard 2 words tonight.
Disingenuous.
Yeah. That's, I don't know, I might forget that one.
That guy was an asshole.
You wanna spell that?
No.
What does it mean?
Then what does it mean?
It means that you were putting someone down, I believe.
Disingenuous?
Yeah.
I would think so.
It's a Texas word.
Ingenuity?
Yeah, where the hell did you come up with that big number?
I don't know. That's what I told him too. I said, you can use all the big words you want. I don't care.
Chris, the only thing I have, and you wanna mention about, we are working pretty good on getting the houses.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. We served one today. Put papers on a house with a staple gun.
So that's a start.
Now the other one, the owner passed away, so Warren doesn't know for sure how to do that, what to do there. But he's still working on it.
That's a start. You gotta get him before income tax, or we won't see him for another 5 years.
Which one? You'll hear from the daughter.
You know, one time somebody called.
Oh, I've talked to her
our
already.
store in Odebolt and said, may I speak to the owner? And she said, there's nobody named Fiona here. One of the kids. See ya.
are you still?
So we are moving forward
Yeah.
on
You
something.
are still taking?
Good. You should have told Tom that.
Anything further in the forum?
I feel as bad as he does, I mean, it's just a bad deal.
If not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.